G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the south side of the map, we've got the Viper. Going to be playing the French for us today. Towards the north of the map, we've got Don Artie playing the color red in the Rus, I guess. Maybe playing the Rus in the color red. Either way, we're playing on high view here, so definitely when it comes to civilization advantage, gonna have to go over to Don Artie. Now, you might notice in the top right hand corner of your screen that the EGC logo is up there, and that is because this is part of the summer series. Well, it's summer for me. I think it's technically winter series for everybody else, but I like to call it the summer series because I'm from Australia and that's what we do. So Viper playing the French, Don playing the Rus. Now, you guys might not know who Don is. I love to give a little bit of a background to Don. He is a big Age of Empires 3 player, so he was, he was a king slayer over in Age of Empires 3. He was known for beating the #1 player over there, Kaiser Klein, in very fantastic style. And then he just sort of gave up. You know, he's like, well, I beat the best guy in like a best of 5, so you know, I don't really need to play anymore. And that's essentially what he did. He basically just gave up and stopped playing, lost motivation. But obviously, he's playing Age of Empires 4, looking to slay more kings. In I think Genesis, Don beat Doubt, so Viper's teammate. So looking to see if he can go up against another GL player here and look to get up a potential victory. So we'll take a look over at how Viper's doing. So Viper managing to train a scout, a second scout rather, in the early game here, finding one of Don's hunts. So this one's very, very close to Don's base. Don already with the double, triple scout out and yet to find a single hunt out on the map. You can see there is one up here, and obviously Viper beat him to this hunt at the front. So Don only sitting on 25 bounty at this point in time. So I'm going to leave a link in the description over to the Discord server for EGC TV. If you're interested in joining any sort of competitive game, you know, like these tournaments that we've got here, then make sure you join that one because that is where all of the action gets organized. Don actually doing a pretty decent job. Look at all the wolves that he's got up here. 4 wolves that he's got luring in up to the north here, and going to be locating a hunt down here to the south. So looking to try and even up that score. But we'll check in on Viper, see where he's up to. Mining camp going to go down on the gold, so he's looking to age up pretty quickly. And going to be looking to seal up the last of his own hunt. So keep in mind, it looks like he took out about, or maybe just 3 or 4 of the carcasses. I do see 5 on the ground, but I'm not sure how many Don had actually taken out. But now going to be sealing up all 7. And keep in mind, he actually took out plenty on the front line here. I suspect probably all of them when you consider that Don was sitting on 25 bounty when we checked in with him. So that would probably be sufficient, or that would be, you know, roughly equivalent to him killing a wolf. Or 5 sheep, I guess, is the other alternative. Don now going to be dropping down the Golden Gate landmark, leaving a little bit of a gap there for some farms in the event that he wants to add that in later. Town Center going to begin firing off over on these wolves. His bounty's going to go through the roof with this. Now, this is part of the reason why the Rus are so damn good on this map. It is because of all the wolf spawns. Take a look at this. Just so many wolves underneath the Town Center here. This scout is almost dead. He's going to have to do a bit of a ring around the rosy. 6 villages? 8 villages on this landmark here. Don really wants to get this up quickly. You can see he's actually getting pretty close right now to that 275 mark. He's actually going to hit it as well. So going to have enough resources right now without even selling anything to actually get that Golden Gate, or rather to get that professional scout. So very nice from Don. The only thing to note is that that with Don, obviously he's got a lot of villages there on that Golden Gate. Not going to give him a lot of food. And subsequently not going to have a lot of scouts out on the map. So it looks like he's got the 1 scout, the 2 scouts up to the north, and then the 3rd scout back in his base. So probably going to look to add those scouts in after the fact, but now only 5 villages there. We'll check in with Viper. Viper going with a Chamber of Commerce. What the heck? This is... I've never seen this on a land map. Viper is really trying something new here. So keep in mind he's playing the French. If there's a civilization that can actually deal with the Rus on this map, it's probably going to be the French or the Abbasid. It's one of the two. Abbasid have been a popular pick lately against the Rus, but French obviously another very strong pick. Now a barrack's going to be coming up for Viper nice and early. So curious to see exactly what he's going for. Chamber of Commerce, let's see if he looks to buy or sell anything, or if he just looks to trade. He could potentially start to trade here. There's no way he's going to trade, not like this. Oh my god, Viper's trading on the French. Viper is doing... This is a tournament game. So this tournament, I believe this game is part of a series which will result in going through to a main event, which is worth quite a lot of money. But I think this game in itself is going to be up for a couple $1,000s. So I love that Viper, just out of all the maps, is like, you know what? I think I just might start trading with the French. You guys know me. I love to stalk Viper. I love to peer through his window, look at his build orders. You know, he might hide them and I'll be like looking through. I'll be like, oh, it looks like he's got a spearman coming out over there. Well, that's a bit of a weird timing for a spearman. I don't think I've ever peered through the window and seen the Chamber of Commerce. Ever. Not once. This is weird. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. This actually is going to get spotted out straight away by Don. And he's going to be like, what the heck are you doing, mate? So Don looking to secure up. Hunt's now going to be getting in that professional scouts any second. Here it comes through. Going to be picking up those carcasses. There they come through now. And it got the one a little bit closer to the base, but obviously the spearman going to be out here as well. So got to be careful with that scout just to avoid being shot down. But now archery range is going to get added in here as well for Don. Already got that wooden fortress down, so he's going to be able to you know, be fine, really, is probably the word I'm looking for here. Don's going to be absolutely fine. Got to be careful not to lose this scout. You can see the way that he's positioned it. Viper definitely intent on killing it. Going to be able to come in and get a couple swings here. Looks like he's going to be able to hit 2 of them off. If he gets one more spear shot on this, that probably would be enough, actually. I'm going to just double check and see. 7 with 15 versus cavalry. That's a 22 total. And it did have 22 at the time, but it's obviously regened back up to 27, 28 now. It'll slowly regen, but Viper going to be able to force Don to sort of stay away from his hunts, at least for now. And now heading up towards the north of the map, you can see that Viper once again spotting out these scouts. And really this basically means that Don can't forget about his scouts. He can't autopilot his scouts because that's what a lot of Rus players do. As you can see up here, Don just sends 2 scouts up here and he's just waiting. If Don does that, he's going to be in a bit of a difficult spot because these spears are going to run straight in. If you're not paying attention for even half a second, then you could potentially have a dead scout. So Don really looking to needing to pay attention massively here. Plenty of scouts out now for him. A few trades coming in as well. But now going to be forcing Don here to go into archers quite heavily. A blacksmith going to get added in here. Second archery range as well. And now Don really going to be looking to play H2 a bit against his opponent. And I think this could work in the favor of Viper, because this seems like a bit of an overreaction here from Don. Ideally, he'd want to just send out 2 or 3 archers to each of the hunts, just to ward off each of these spearmen, because you can see he's got 3 down here as well, just defending these hunts. So that's probably the best play. You don't want to commit too much to H2, but by the same token, he might not know exactly what Viper's up to. And look at this, a little bit of an idle shenanigan going on now. Viper manages to spot that one out. Got the stable down. Barracks as well, obviously going to be producing over time, but he's going into full melee here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just see quite a big H2 play out of him. Yeah, Don now going to begin pushing out. Really only looking just to secure up these hunts, and that's exactly what he does. So going to be able to secure up one more carcass. There we go. So now going to be taking that deer print off the map. And I'm curious to see what route Viper goes. Obviously, he's already got the +1 attack, but now going to be getting +1 range defense as well. So primarily looking to fight off against the bows of his opponent. But now a barracks going to be coming down for Don as well. This is one of Don's favorite playstyles, playing in H2. Obviously, you guys know Don is or if you don't know, Don is a big fan of the English. He loves to play long bows with spears in the early game. And he would happily play it for 25 minutes, 30 minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Don committing to that. You can see that he is not intent right now on aging up to the next age. He's quite happy age 2. He'll stick it out there. But curious to see what he adds behind this. You can see with the blacksmith, obviously, he's going to be going for that +1 up towards the north here. He's got to be a bit careful. Viper getting a lot of value here out of these spears, managing to take out 2 of these scouts, but he's only got 3 that remain. They're looking to try and pick up these carcasses. Probably going to have to get these archers up just a handful. Just 2 or 3 up here would be fine. But it does look like there is still 1 deer carcass that does remain up here underneath this tree. So that's going to haunt. That's definitely going to haunt Don. You know, one of the things that annoys me, frustrates me as a player. Speaking of frustrated, looks like Don may have made a bit of a mistake here, rather, as he attempts to escape towards the forest. But scouts mixed in with the knights. These guys are going to have that +1 armor as well, so only doing 2 damage a pop here. Don trying his best to retreat out. Not going to be having a lot of luck. Obviously, the volleys there not doing a huge amount of damage. He's only got 9 archers, so probably going to take close to about 10 volleys. And that's on the condition that none of those archers do die. So Don definitely needs to fall back here. These knights are going to make short work of these infantry units. But now we've got Viper beginning to add farms in as well. And keep in mind, he is trading behind this, so we'll take a look at the traders. Only 22 gold. Isn't that so underwhelming? I would feel so underwhelmed if I was going for a trade like that. You know, the crazy thing is as well, if you just go on and place this landmark, like right here, that would go from 22 gold to like 42 gold. It's ludicrous how it works. But yeah, like just to here, 42 gold, out to here, like 82 gold. and then like, you know, up here, 7,426 gold. That's just how it works. It inflates very, very quickly. You guys know I'm kidding, right? I hope you know I'm kidding. I am definitely kidding when it comes to that number. It's probably more like 9,000. But now Viper, thinking potentially about aging up. You can see the way that he's macro right now, very heavy on gold. A lot heavier than what you'd expect for one stable. He has obviously added in the second one. Going to continue funneling out those units, but he might actually just look to continue playing Age 2. Still no fitted and leather work at this stage. We'll have to see how he plays it. But we'll check in with Don and see how his composition is evolving. So we can see he's got 2 archery ranges, 3 barracks. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Don already go up to the next stage of the 3rd age. And just add men-at-arms. And really just go men-at-arms, rams, you know, that sort of push. That is what the Rus love to do. So that is always a possibility for him. He's probably got plenty of tickets in the bank as well. We'll check. He's actually only got 1 ticket. So he has been trading out quite efficiently. He's up to 37, 38 villagers now. We'll check in with his opponent, Viper, who sits on 45, so a 7-villager lead at the moment. And keep in mind, there's also the traders that are out and about. Now, I believe those traders are included in that number, so that's 42, maybe, villagers with the 3 traders potentially. But a nice little trickle of gold that he's going to be getting in here. But, yeah, you really got to ask the question as to whether it's worth it for a landmark like this. But great to see it coming out, Viper, with the Chamber of Commerce. And really looking to see if he can make it work, because you guys would know that the Chamber of Commerce, in my opinion, is a very low value landmark when it comes to land maps, especially on water maps. It's one of those maps, or it's one of those situations where you are going to want a lot of it. And speaking of a lot, it looks like there's a lot of archers now for Don Artie. Don pulling up on score a little bit, up by about 100, and probably going to be adding siege engineering any second. Already added, never mind. You guys know Don, he's a big fan of that siege engineering, really wants to end the game in Age 2, but keep in mind, siege engineering for Don, it's about killing villagers. You might be thinking, well, hold on a minute, how's he going to kill villagers with rams? Well, the idea is that the rams are going to bait the villagers, but Viper doing a great job of picking up reinforcements here, spotting them through the forest, and going to be falling back now, doing a little bit of a run around with the spears as well, and just delaying. He knows that this push is coming from his opponent, and he just really needs to delay it. I don't think he can fight it at this point in time. He's obviously got the spears out with the knights, but going up against this composition that his opponent's got definitely makes it very difficult. And now we've got the ram coming down from Don. He does spot this one out. Looks like reinforcements are going to get picked up again here. Viper doing a great job here. Plenty of spears out right now as well for Don, and going to be able to meet that here. It looks like he's got 3 Raxes out, so definitely going to be working overtime towards the base of Viper, though. This ram still yet to be complete. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a ram dance here. You guys know I love a good ram dance. Look at him go. We've got the spears around the outside and the archers on the inside. That is a beautiful ram dance. And now those spears coming out, meeting some knights and some more spears of Vipers, and definitely looks like he's going to be doing a bit of his English play. This is what he does. Sort of keeps all of his units at home and then reinforces in a nice big blob. But now we've got a bit of a difficult spot because Viper is caught between a rock and a hard place. That rock being the ram of Don Artie, and that hard place being the edge of the map, because his reinforcements are on the other side. You can see, well, not his reinforcements, but his main forces are on the other side. He's still got the traders coming out nice and early. So Viper is definitely, you know, thinking a lot about his economy. He's up to 51 villagers, and compare that to Don, who's on 45. So only a 6-villager lead at the moment. Second ram now coming out for Don. Third ram going to get added in as well. It looks like reinforcing mass going to be coming up. You can see just how big that mass is. 15 spears coming out at the same time. And it looks like Don is actually going to be able to pick up that last hunt from Viper. But now towards the base of the Viper, we've got ourselves a little bit of a scuffle that is unfolding. Reinforcements going to get picked up. Don doing a great job here, actually picking this off in the middle of the map. Archer's doing a great job of knocking out those spears, and by the same token, the Royal Knight's going to be forced to run away. I think Don definitely wants to try his best to secure out this game, and obviously forcing these Royal Knights back, it's definitely going to help him out a huge amount, because he's just going to continue to reinforce this position. Actually going to be dropping down a house. Looked like a wooden fortress for a second, but now towards the front of Viper's base, he is under attack. He is under siege. Don is really going for it at this point. We'll head into the cinematic mode just so you guys can witness the beauty of the push in all of its glory. And now those archers are looking absolutely menacing as they begin to rapidly fire upon the staple. Going to be able to take out that infrastructure. And keep in mind, this is what Don wants. Don is looking to take out infrastructure. He's not looking to win the game here. He's just looking to create a lead for himself. So he's going to take out the infrastructure. He's going to draw the villagers out, and he's going to target the villagers down with his archers. That's his game plan. Now Don, definitely looking quite strong here. He's going to be focusing off archers on archers. Going to pick off a villager here. On the back line, we've got those spears. We've got to manage to pick up all of those incoming Royal Knights. At the same time, we've got ourselves a nice little engagement. Not bringing enough spears here to the main party. Don Artie's got to wake up. There we go. Don Artie not skipping a beat and now going to be falling back. Needs to pull these spears back. His archers are getting absolutely eaten alive. Townsend are going to be firing off. He can definitely pull villagers at this point. Viper definitely going to be doing the right decision, but still so many spears here. Going to be able to chase Viper away, and Don looking incredibly strong at this point. The archers are going to begin firing off on those villagers. The rams are going to be able to take out that stable more than without any issue at all. And look at the spear mass that's now coming out for Don. He is completely invested into this push at this point. Don once again spots the trading coming out from his opponent, and at the same time it sounds like we've got reinforcements that are getting picked up by Viper's cavalry, but at the same time Don continues to pressure at the front, manages to take out that stable. He's still got all 4 rams alive, and Don is looking quite good as we enter a lull in the battle. A 500 score lead begins to build for Don. We'll take a look at the villager count. 52 villagers for Don, 51 for Viper still, and now we enter into Viper's line of sight, and we see exactly what he sees and really start asking the question that he's asking. And I guess the main question is, what the heck do I do? Because he is in a very difficult spot. Obviously he's got that trade going, but really he hasn't really had that much time to actually utilize it. He's only got 4 traders out at the moment. He's going to be able to trade off these archers effectively. He's got +1 on both of these. No +1 armor coming through yet for Don, so Viper definitely got the upper hand on this front, and now going to have to pull Vils to try and siege these ones down, but he's got to be careful because, as you can see, the archers are going to force their way through with the spears, and now these villagers are going to have to head towards the town center. Otherwise, they do risk potentially being taken out. And now Viper going to continue microing down. Town center should be firing off at these spears as well, but Viper doing a pretty decent job of holding at this point. My main concern is that his economy is soon going to become eclipsed by Don's. So Don definitely doing a great job here. All the villagers going to be returning back to where they once came from, but Don has definitely built up quite a lead at this point, and really got to start asking the question, what is it that Viper can actually do from this position to win? I'm thinking about age 3, but at the same time, you think about age 3 and you're just going to lose 100%. Actually, you know what? Age 3 Mangonel would win. If he went age 3 straight into a Mangonel, he could potentially win. I think that is his only... that's his only play at this point in time. So I would love to see that from him. 17 villagers on wood is definitely not going to be enough, though. You really need to sort of accelerate that up, and it's just going to be so hard. You know what? You probably don't even have a timing window for it. Viper making a bit of a macro mistake there, a micro mistake rather, running into those spears. You heard those spears getting off those decent shots there. But now we'll check in with Don. We'll see how he's doing. He's up to 57 villagers. Viper down on 54. We'll see what the reinforcements are looking like for Don at this point. No age up for Don at this point. 4 archery rangers, 3 barrackses, and look at the unit production that is coming out right now for this Rus player. This is absolutely ludicrous. Don has got a lot of unit production here, and so many units just trickling out across the map. Compare that over to Viper, and he's looking at 2 archery rangers and a stable. There's just no way he's going to be able to keep up with these military numbers, and Viper is looking like he might be on the edge here. We'll enter once again into the cinematic mode, just so you guys have got a full view of this battlefield. And Viper looks like the town center might potentially be under threat here as the 3 battering rams try their best. And now Don looking to actually take down some of those villagers, managing to snipe off a couple before they enter into the town center. Looks like the spears are going to be able to come in, do a fair bit of damage here, and force back all of this cavalry. Now going to be grouping towards the archers, and it looks like Viper is definitely on the ropes at this point. Town center going to be going down. 3 rams still pretty healthy at this point, and all the archers on the back line are going to be defended very well by the spears. It looks like this could be a good game right here. And Don going to be trying his best to keep these rams alive. Villagers getting pulled. Once again, going to be falling back inside that town center. Only 11 villagers inside that town center. Viper's lost a lot of villagers. Reinforcements for Don stalled out. Trader's going to get picked up, and Don is looking incredibly strong, and good game gets called. Viper taps out. This has been an episode of Viper Watch. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will catch you guys in the next one, and Don Artie, what a beast. What a beast. Well played by Viper. Well played by Don. I'll see you guys in the next one.